So whether you want to dock your Android device or you just want to play in a tabletop mode, you're going to need a controller, and there are millions of options to choose from. So which one should you get? How should you set it up? I'm going to answer those questions in this video. As always, I have chapters set up so you guys can skip to what you want to see. But the first thing we're going to be talking about is what controller should you get. Now, if you already have a controller for your Xbox, PlayStation, or Switch, I would suggest just using that one. But if you want a dedicated controller for your Android device, my two main options for you would be the 8BitDo Pro 2 or 3 or a standard PS4 controller. Both of these are D-pad centric controllers, and they have gyro, which can be pretty useful when it comes to Wii emulation, Switch emulation, Android games, and more. Now, I have the 8BitDo Pro 2 controller, which I got almost 3 years ago, and it has been holding up really well. The reason why I suggest this one is because you have these back buttons here that you can map to different functions. You can also set up 3 different profiles. These LEDs indicate which profile that you're on, so you can set up different profiles for different games, maybe different emulators, or you can set these back buttons to different macros also for different games. And if you have multiple devices that this is connected to, you can just use this back switch here and switch between different devices pretty easily, so you can have it connected to maybe your Switch as well as your Android handheld, PC, all of that at the same time, and just quickly switch. Now, I got this before the Pro 3 came out, so if you're planning on buying a controller now, maybe the Pro 3 is a better option, but it's not necessary. You could save maybe 20 or 30 bucks if you go with this model. Next, we have the PS4 controller. Now, the reason why I recommend the PS4 controller is because of this touchpad. Without setting up anything extra, as soon as you pair this controller, you can use the touchpad to navigate through Android menus, which can be super useful so you don't have to get up and grab your device to change games or exit out of games, anything like that. And this probably works with a PS5 controller as well, but I don't have one to test that out. The only kind of annoying thing about using a PS4 controller is when you auto map it to Nintendo emulators, the buttons are technically reversed. So as you can see on a Nintendo controller, the confirm button is A, which is located here on the right, while on the PS4 it'll map it to the confirm button being down here. It can mess you up in certain Nintendo games, but you can always go in and change the mappings yourself. So now that you've got your controller, how do you sync it up to your device? On your Android handheld, we're just going to open up the settings. You're going to head to connected devices, and you're going to click pair new device. Now, most modern controllers have a dedicated sync button, usually at the top here. Here's where it is located for the 8BitDo Pro 2. So when you click on pair new device, it's going to search for some devices there. You're going to hold this button down, and you should see it come up in this menu, and you're just going to go ahead and connect it there, and it actually comes up as 8BitDo Pro 2. For your PlayStation controller, you're going to click pair new device, and you have to click the PlayStation button and the share button at the same time. Once you do that, it'll start blinking, and it'll come up as wireless controller right here. Go ahead and click on that, make sure you click pair, and you're all good to go. You can navigate it with the controller now. Now, different emulators have different processes on how to kind of get them hooked up, but RetroArch usually just works automatically. So if I open up, let's just try a SNES game here. We're gonna open up Mario, and as soon as you move, it'll say that it puts that controller in port 1. It just works perfectly, no problems here. Now, when it comes to Nintendo Switch, there's an important thing that you guys need to do before you open up a Switch game. You want to go to the bottom screen of your Thor. There should be an option here. It says right now it's on standard style, maybe it'll be on Xbox style for you, but you're going to click on that button there and go to ban on use. You can also navigate this through this kind of quick settings menu up here. You're going to see controller style here, and here it's going to say disconnect. So you want to make sure that it's on that disconnect option. What that basically does is it disconnects the onboard controls. As you guys can see, this is not doing anything on this menu, and this is what we want. That's going to make it so when we open up a Switch game through Eden, it's going to automatically put our external controller as player 1. So I'm going to show you guys kind of how this works. So we're just going to open up any game here. So I switched over to the 8BitDo Pro 2 controller really quick because it's actually set as player 1, so for this to work. But we're going to head into Eden, just open up any Nintendo Switch game, and there it is. Works absolutely perfectly without even having to rebind it. Now, for other standalone emulators, you guys will have to map the controllers separately, which can be annoying, but you can also set up profiles so that way you don't have to do this every time you connect to your controller. I'm going to show you guys that here right now. So you're just going to head to the settings icon. Wii input, if you're playing a Wii game through here, of course. And here we have 2 different Wiimote setups for multiplayer gaming. So I found a little bit of a trick if you guys wanted to play, say, Mario Kart Wii with multiple controllers. You're going to go into the first Wiimote here, you're going to head to the settings, and you're going to scroll down until you get to the extension section. What you're going to do is you're going to change that extension to the classic controller. This is more of a traditional controller, so we can just map the controls pretty easily. So once you click classic, you're going to go to the settings, and then map each button like this. It's going to take some time, but it is something that you only have to do once. And then once you do that, you're going to head to the second controller, do the same thing, scroll down to extension, settings, and you're going to map it to your second controller. Now, when we boot up Mario Kart Wii, and as you can see here with Mario Kart, we can drive with this controller on the bottom screen there, and then on the top screen, we can move with this controller, and they can play at the same time, of course. And another thing to keep in mind is make sure that when you connect your controllers, you're connecting it in the same order that you did before to make sure that you keep things consistent. Now, so you don't have to do this every time, you can also create profiles on a lot of emulators. So here in the profile section, you would just go with the save option here, and we're just going to name this one 8BitDo. Click OK, and now you have that profile set up right there, and you'll click on this little upload button to upload a new profile so you can use it. Now, an app that can be pretty useful for you guys if you want to use this docked is the KeyMapper app. So basically, the way this app works is you can program an input or a series of inputs to perform a certain action on your handheld, right? So as you can see, I have an option here. When I long press the left and the right stick at the same time, you go to actions, it basically acts as a back button. So the way you'll set this up is just click on that plus button, and you'll click on tap to record trigger. So let's say we want to do left bumper, right bumper. You'll hold those 2 down, and it should come up right here, and you can do a short press or a long press. So once you have your sequence that you want, you'll go to actions, add action, and there's a ton of options that you guys can scroll through and customize to your liking, but I just like having a button to go back. That way we can access any menus that we need to while in emulators, and then you'll just click on that done button and you're good to go. If you guys have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe, it's easy, and we'll see you guys next time.